Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Badgers will put toe to leather to crank us up. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense is on the field for the first time today. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance on any given play.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. The quick out. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. You can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They are going to try to get that established in this game.
And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game, the head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see?
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Badgers are in the hurry-up. The Wisconsin quarterbacks always know their role. Sometimes they got to make the big plays, from a Darrell Bevel to a Russell Wilson.
And knowing your role means knowing that you're going to hand the football off.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. The give to the tailback. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Badgers line up to punt it away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch, nice catch.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Buffaloes will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's Williams.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Badgers headed quickly to the line. Power football with the run. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They go to the draw. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Miller. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
Off the play fake on first down. He finds his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Badgers are threatening in the red zone. Running back goes in motion. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The option look. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Takes the handoff. It's Welch. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on second down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Hey, give the defense a lot of credit on that one. Third and about 5. Offense going RPO, so they're really putting you in a bind, but everybody doing a nice job reading their keys, and they're able to stop the back short of the first down marker. Big decision coming up here for offense.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First down here for the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's locked. Got his man. At the 45 on his way. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Got it, looking for a first. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This offense has gone haywire on these last 2 plays in the red zone. Can they set things right on 3rd and goal? From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
And this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Now on 2nd and short after the 1st down completion. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Ball in the air, intercepted. Looking for more room. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Wisconsin. What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return.
That quarterback's in zone coverage. They have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Quarterback checking off. After the incompletion, they go back up top. That's caught. It's Russell. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On third down, going up top. Finds a man in the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages. Because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
On second down, just keeps firing. Throws for the tight end. And it's picked off. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be first down for this offense. And the Buffaloes will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quick strike complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He makes the connection. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Bucs!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Barry Johnson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Leaves it with the running back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors at our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Boulder. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys more than a mile above sea level at Folsom Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Buffaloes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Might as well give it to him again. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And the Buffaloes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Colorado! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Well, I think sometimes on 1st and goal like that, you're just trying to get up to the line of scrimmage early. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. So you go quarterback sneak, you find the crease, you plow forward, and it worked. They score a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14 to 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Southern. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's a good-looking throw, and I know when we talk Wisconsin offense, we're always talking about running backs, but they've seen their fair share of QBs too. Darren Bevel back in my day, Scott Tolzien had some success, and then, of course, Russell Wilson also. This guy right now in this game, he needs to get himself into a rhythm, and if he gets there, he's dangerous.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. The play-action fake. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That big play has this defense reeling, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 14. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
Ball carried by the running back. Pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Pickup of 1, it's down at the 11. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On the run, it's Welsh. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Offense facing 4th
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. He'll keep it on the sneak.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in the game's 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red snoop. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
And the Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. They'll try to slam it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exit. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They took it 68 yards on that drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Defense playing a bail technique. Looking for a man. It's locked. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to find his man on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Throws to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter.
He's tackled at the 36-yard line.
Guys, Colorado has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Colorado, 21.
Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
4-2 Spider. Razor.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wide receiver shows motion. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. It is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
A strike downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. To the air. It's locked. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Play the analytics here, and you go for two. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Georgia Southern. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fast motion from the offense. Out of the gun, the give to the back.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Give to the running back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
That play could not have happened at a better time if you're this defense. You're trailing by 1 possession. You need to find a way to steal it, and they get the interception. Here we go. An opportunity now to at least go down and tie the game.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. To the air, it's Luck. Coming after it. Trying to get rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Looking to throw for it. Pocket starts to collapse. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a big loss on the play.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Trailing by a touchdown, this fourth down opportunity is gargantuan. Fires to the wideout. The completion well past the sticks. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. He's looking to throw it. And here's the third interception of the night.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell the quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.